Hello, my name is LoG, and welcome to the final part for this chord inversion power-up. If you enjoy this type of instructional material, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. And now let's do a real quick recap of all of the chords we're going to be playing for this final track. All right, so for this track, we're going to play all three chords and all of the inversions, and they're going to run like this. C sharp minor 7 to start, root in the bass, third in the bass, fifth in the bass, 7 in the bass, root in the bass, backwards. Same way we came. When we hit 3 in the bass of this chord, we don't restart, we go into the next one. Third in the bass, C sharp minor 7 to C major 7, the next one. Same thing, root in the bass, third in the bass, fifth in the bass, 7 in the bass, root backwards, just like that. Keep going. Again, same thing here. When we hit 3 in the bass, don't go back to the root in the bass, go right onto the next chord, B suspended. All the inversions. Once we get here, we go back up to C major 7. That's our fourth in the bass in this case, because we're playing suspended. C major 7, repeat, go all the way up, just like this. Then when we get here, right back to the very beginning, we don't repeat the C major 7 like usual. We go right back to C sharp minor in the first inversion, C sharp minor 7. And of course, we're going to be playing the same picking pattern for the whole thing. Same thing for all the chords, right? As they happen, exactly the same thing as we've been talking. During the video, like I've been doing, sometimes I'll just play, I think I do every other time, I'll play the picking pattern like that. Other times I'll just play the chord one hit, and then add in the little melody like that. So remember all those little melodies. If you're choosing to play them, don't have to play them. You can just run the chords like normal. Make sure you've got the picking pattern if you want to do that. Review everything you need to go over. Always keep in mind the chord type that you're playing. Keep in mind what's in the bass every time you play one. Keep in mind the little visual connections you need to run through them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get on to this final track. right, that does it for this chord inversion power-up. Inversions for chords are probably one of the most valuable things you can practice. They're very common to do on other chord-type instruments like piano, for example. On guitar, they can be a little bit tricky because sometimes the shapes can be wildly different from each other, but they are extremely valuable. And not just the 7th versions we were playing today, just the normal triad shapes can sound really great, especially if you're trying to fill out a band and you don't want to step on other people's territory, or you're just trying to get some more kind of interesting colors with a simple chord progression. As usual, if you enjoy this type of instructional material, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below, and I'll see you all in the next one.